And now, presented by Sprite, the 2K pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson joined by the legendary Shaquille O'Neal, starting to get into the thick of the NBA season. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Charlotte Hornets. And for Charlotte, coming into this matchup with no shortage of confidence, they won all 4 games against this team last season. Hey, Shaq, let's talk about one of the youngest kids in the draft. Noah Vonleh just turned 19 in August, but he's got like an NBA body.
He sure does, Ernie. This is the body I had in 1975 when I was 3 years old. 6'10", 250 with a 7'4" wingspan. And, Ernie, he's a good shot blocker for a power forward. And he has a chance to have an impact on both ends of the floor.
Noah Vonleh, certainly a guy to watch. Almost game time. Let's head out to Kevin Harlan.
Thanks for joining us live for NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. Eastern Conference battles always fun. This time it's the Cleveland Cavaliers intent on protecting home court, getting their first look of the season at this Hornets team. The guys they got swept in last year's series, you know, that's the first and foremost thing in their minds as they look to turn the tables this time around.
Well, last year's season series between them was a battle of 2 of the NBA's mid-level teams, and they didn't get the better of them.
Got that one up quick. Waiters got the game going with his first points of the game for the Cavs.
You know, Kevin Love is not just a great rebounder. He's one of the most complete offensive players in the league. He scores down low. He can make threes. There's not much he doesn't do offensively.
Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. They've got Jefferson. Williams is out there with Henderson. And there's Brian Roberts. And it's Stevenson in at the 2 spot.
Well, Kevin Love with great footwork and balance inside and out. On the perimeter, he can hit threes on the move. Inside, he knows how to use his pivot foot and use up fakes to get himself to the foul line.
Shooting. And Kevin Love drawing fouls in bunches. And Clark shoots a high percentage at the strike.
Yeah, and he's an outstanding passer out of double teams too, Kevin. I mean, he really is a force. And he does it efficiently and low to the ground. You know, he's not a high-rising guy, but highly skilled.
Bit of a controversial statement last year. When
are
you kidding me?
That was a power punch right there.
Oh, great. That's not as easy as he made it look, guys. You've got to have some skills to pull that baby off.
Well, he's got plenty of those skills necessary, partner.
Oh, you know it. The guy can climb the ladder, can't he?
Waiters, and that shot misses everything. Air ball on the 3. Anderson with it, and it's Waiters picking him up. Jefferson, a screen on Irving. Here's Roberts. He's covered by Irving. Here's Jefferson. Makes it off the glass.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Irving drives in. Verajao trying to free himself up. Off target at the rim. The Hornets have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And then Henderson with the dunk.
Flush that thing down, young fella.
That is a fierce two-hander.
Man, maximum force on that dunk.
James outside. Waiters against Stevenson. Irving attacking. Williams with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here.
8 seconds of the shot. 8.
And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Irving kicks to Love. 3 on the clock. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Well, few would have predicted back when Kevin Love was drafted 5th out of UCLA in 2008 that he'd become the superstar player we see today. You know, he's transformed his body and expanded his game year after year.
First trip to the line for him here. And talk about the physical transformation for Kevin Love. Leaner, quicker, and stronger.
Yeah, credit yoga and Pilates. He's trying to be the very best he can be, and he's putting in the work to do that, so it actually helped him more at the defensive end.
Now here's Henderson. averaging 6 points per contest. The shot is off. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, they won their last contest, that game against New Orleans.
You know, their percentage from long range that game was off the charts. It seemed like every time the home crowd got going, they just took the wind out of their sails with another three-point barrage.
Yeah, those bombs were really falling.
Now, here's Stevenson. Following the miss by Kyrie Irving. Here's Roberts. And Stevenson kicks to Jefferson. Feeds it to Roberts. The three-pointer off the mark. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. That's blocked. James in the post. He's guarded by Stevenson.
Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
For Charlotte, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. Here's Roberts, covered by Irving. Williams kicks to Henderson. Williams sets a screen for Henderson. Waiters against Stevenson. Irving with the steal. And it's Varejao penetrating. No good from Irving.
This is really ugly, guys. I mean, he can't get anything to go.
Well, the Bobcats then, now Hornets, might have been a little bit late to the analytics movement, but that's going on in the NBA all over the place, and they're full-time on it now.
Yeah, they're all over it. Last season, they had a half dozen of their staff devoted to analytics.
Waiters with the ball. Now guarded by Stevenson. Looking to end the drought, and he gets it to go. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Cavaliers.
Marvin Williams, the former #2 pick out of North Carolina back in 2005, now in his 10th season in the NBA.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Cavaliers. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Biyombo is checked in for Jefferson. Cody Zeller comes in for Williams. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Gerald Henderson. And Gary Neal subbed in for Lance Stevenson. Marion. And he banks in the layup. And Williams never a star, but he is a quality defender and able to space the floor.
You know, you got to take him for what he is, and that's really a solid rotation player throughout his career. Kevin, there are only 25 to 30 all-star caliber players in the league, maybe 35. After that, everybody else is a role player, and you have to understand that and embrace it and accept it.
Shot by Roberts, no good.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
Harris with it. Picked up by Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Dellavedova missing.
The clear look at the hoop. He doesn't miss many of those.
Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. And here are the top free throw shooting teams this month. You don't want to put these guys in the line too often. The Cavaliers 5th.
Kevin, I'm absolutely amazed. I mean, their production at the line has been spectacular. I mean, it's been unbelievable. Well done by these guys of late.
Here's Roberts. There's a good screen. Pass to Neal. Here's Roberts. Fires the three. Here's Biyombo. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Well, you allow them to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, I think you got to foul them, and free throws are better than a layup.
The Hornets shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. The free throw drops for Biyombo.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Oh my gosh, I just got that.
29 seconds left to play in the first quarter. It's Jones on the wing. Harris outside. Good on the triple. Harris has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Roberts.
Harris!
At the elbow, Zeller. He kicks it to Roberts. And here's Neal outside. Sean Marion grabs the miss. Here's Harris. Another three for Cleveland. of the first quarter. Cleveland ahead. They finish off the first quarter on a 12-4 run. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment.
Hey, Mr. Venner. Yo, hola.
Tune in this Tuesday night, December 16th. Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors take on Marc Gasol and the Memphis Grizzlies. Make sure to catch it.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And from what you guys have seen so far from Cleveland, what's your take?
And the defense has been key in building this lead. They've really clamped down hard.
They've done a nice job, Steve. I think challenging every shot, a hand up on every shot.
Here's Stevenson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Brooklyn. So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter. At the 3, MKG and Cody Zeller at the 4. Gary Neal is out there with Lance Stevenson. And it's Jefferson in at the 5 down low.
Gary Neal was acquired by Charlotte last season at the trade deadline from Milwaukee. The Bucks were looking to go young, and Charlotte was in need of shooters to space the floor for Al Jefferson. So I think that's one that worked for both teams.
Here's Neal following the score by Cleveland. Fires at the elbow. There's the bucket. Good. So it's the Cavaliers now. 6-point lead. Outside Irving. That's good. Irving's got his first 2 points of the night.
And their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second quarter.
Well, the lead being maintained will not be a problem if they keep shooting the way they have so far.
Now, here's Stevenson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Here's Neal. Hands it from downtown.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
The Cavaliers leading by 5. James outside. Good. LeBron's got 6 points.
Things are starting to warm up from the field for them this quarter as they add to their lead.
Yeah, it seems like everybody, Steve, has the hot hand right now.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. Neal dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Stevenson outside. And Zeller kicks to Neal. Just 5 on the clock. And again, Charlotte with the triple.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
Marion setting the pick for Irving to the paint and stolen by Zeller. Here we go, one-on-one. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
And once he took off, it looked like the defense just had no interest in getting in his way.
That's one where you just give up the 2 points and move on.
Well, Cody Zeller out of Indiana, the younger brother of Tyler Zeller, who was drafted in 2012. And Cody at 6'11" played center for the Hoosiers. More of a power forward, though, at the NBA level.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Anderson Varejão's checked in for Thompson. Love comes in for Sean Marion. And it's Waiters in for Matthew Dellavedova. Irving from long range. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Irving's got 5 points in the quarter. Hornets trail by 4. And as most of you know, Cody Zeller from a family of 7-footers with older, bigger brothers. He had to develop his guard skills and learn to score away from the basket.
You know, Kevin, he actually played point guard on his high school JV team, you know, going back a few years. So he has the skills to play the floor. He's an underrated athlete, too, and I thought that would be the case having watched him at Indiana. I like what I've seen from him thus far.
Raiders against Henderson. On the wing, Stevenson. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game.
That's foul number 2 on him. They might not warrant sitting him entirely, but another one before halftime, they could be in some trouble.
And the Hornets making a change here. Roberts checked in. And here's Stevenson for 3. They get it back. Good on that shot, and with that, the Cavalier lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Jefferson. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. James kicks to Irving. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
Man, their offense is really cranked up in the second quarter.
Yeah, they've got it going now. Above 60% shooting for the night, and it's going to be tough to beat them when they shoot it like that.
Now here's Henderson. Good D by LeBron.
You know, something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound totals are almost identical.
No separation there. Not yet anyway. Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one. You know, there were a lot of people, me included, thinking that Cleveland would take a step forward and be a team that could make moves in the East and perhaps get to the playoffs. But injuries and inner turmoil really kept that team from being playoff caliber.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris.
Well, thank you, Kevin. Steve Clifford, of course, taking over as Charlotte's head coach last season. He emphasized transition defense and rebounding, and their defense was dramatically improved. And he understood the importance of shooting to create space for Al Jefferson inside. Jefferson said he's brought that winning defensive mentality. Kevin, a sharp change.
We'll see if he can continue to move things in the right direction. Thanks, Doris. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Cleveland ended 10th in the Eastern Conference last year. They got close, but they couldn't sneak into the playoffs.
Well, there would be a lot of shocked analysts if they didn't finish near the top of the East this season. All it takes is one good summer. Your team can jump to the top of the East. Well, Gerald Henderson is not the most lethal outside shooter, but I really like the way he's learning to move without the ball. He's very opportunistic with his cuts whenever his defender turns his head.
Now here is Harris. 6 points for him. Rebound by Roberts. Roberts got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. .115 left to play here in the second quarter. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That's on Marvin Williams. And Henderson most comfortable, it seems, Steve, shooting from the corners.
Yeah, like most players, Kevin, that's the easier shot, 22 feet instead of 23.9. He shot a good percentage from there. Not really a long-range shooter per se, which is why you didn't see him, shoot effectively from the top of the circle or on the wings. Well, what better way to retire the Bobcats name than to go out and make the playoffs for only the second time under that nickname? Good job by Charlotte last year, and now it's back to being the Hornets.
Stevenson passes to Biyombo. With the floater. Nice D from Bergeron.
And this is why you need size inside, the ability to contest shots and force misses.
Steve, that's exactly right. Even when you get in close, it's still a tough shot. And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
Yeah, what a beautiful connection on that play.
Here's Henderson. Dion Waiters making his last shot. And although Charlotte, Clark, got knocked out in 4 against the Heat, they had some good games last year in that postseason.
Well, they did, and the injury to Al Jefferson, though, Kevin, really kind of sabotaged their ability to really compete with the Heat. So they weren't able to break the postseason winless streak, but the team is certainly headed in the right direction.
Just 4 to shoot. And here's Stevenson for 3, and he gets it to go. Stevenson's got 5 points now in the quarter. Now here's Waiters. 20 points for him last game against the Pelicans in New Orleans. Harris dishes to Jones. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Jones has got himself on the board with 3 there.
This is great. 3-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
That'll do it for the first half. Cavaliers ahead, leading by 7. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, guys, I'm here with Al Jefferson. And Al, what's the strategy been so far defensively, and what needs to happen in the second half in that regard?
Well, we just got to help. We can't let everybody beat us. Everybody got to help and on the defense end and give them the cue to take the point.
Pick your poison. Can't let everybody beat you, Al. We appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, Doris, and we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime. And the second half about to start here in just a few moments. One of the stories here, Dion Waiters getting it done today.
Well, in terms of his points in the first half, I mean, that's pretty much what we've come to expect out of him.
Yeah, that's an open book on all you need to know about what talent he has. I'll bet he adds a lot more to that tally in the second half.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Irving and Waiters, the guards. The two stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. And it's Verjao in at center.
Well, it was only recently that the Cavs fans were worried that they'd lose Kyrie Irving in free agency, much like they'd lost LeBron. Now, not only has LeBron returned, but the Cavs have locked up Irving to a long-term contract.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Yes, Kevin, LeBron James joining a younger team with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He said, "We're not ready right now. It will be a long process. My goal is still to win as many titles as possible, but what's most important for me is bringing one trophy back to Northeast Ohio. Our city hasn't had that feeling in a long, long time." Kevin, what a worthy goal.
Cleveland's last pro championship back in 1964, Doris. Thanks. Well, Clark, a bit of a down year shooting-wise for Kyrie Irving last season.
Yeah, it sure was, and you heard some sources within the Cavs organization questioning his leadership, too. I mean, the chemistry in Cleveland, not really where it needed to be, kind of a mess all season, quite honestly. And Irving is still young and has a lot on his shoulders and maybe started to show some of the frustration with the expectations and demands that have been placed on him. But now, you know, as he continues to grow as a leader, having LeBron James there and some other veterans who've come in should really help smooth that out for the young standout.
The Cavaliers leading by 8. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Tries again. Verjao with the bucket, getting it done inside.
It's a great play under the boards for him. And, you know, that's the standard that he sets. It seems like all those second chance points, I mean, they're there for him game in, game out.
Thompson, he's checked in for Anderson Verjao. Hornets trail by 10. And for Irving, a chance to learn from the best player in the world. On winning more games, I think it'll really help his development as a player and a leader, too.
That's guaranteed.
Cleveland's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. They get it again.
He certainly didn't take advantage of the poor defense, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
No, that's for sure, because this guy's too good of a shooter to miss that look consistently.
And Tristan Thompson gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Dellavedova's checked in. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is checked in for Charlotte. Gary Neal comes in for Lance Stevenson. Jefferson kicks to Roberts. And James pulls it down. James has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Oh, boy, he is just cold as ice. I don't think he's going to be the one to help them cut into the lead.
Now here's James. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot two.
LeBron James, so versatile, so incredibly skilled. I don't even know how to define his position. He seems to play all 5 of them during the course of the game.
And a player like LeBron Clark, who rebounds like a big man, scores like a shooting guard, passes and handles the ball like a point guard. I mean, he wears a lot of hats.
Well, he does it all. He is the ultimate stat sheet stuffer supreme. I mean, there's no other way to say it. He puts his hand and imprint on every aspect of the game. And LeBron says himself that he judges his performance by the number of impact plays he makes for him and his team.
Good note.
Not what they drew up, but they'll take the 2 points.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. And he gets the bucket. LeBron's got the lead up to 12 now for Cleveland.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Here's Roberts. Good.
You don't need much range to hit from that distance, Kevin.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. James with it. He's got 12. Thompson a screen on Kid Gilchrist. James the pass to Dellavedova. 5 on the clock. And again, it's Cleveland.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
Last game for the Charlotte Hornets, it was a loss to the Brooklyn Nets.
And Kevin, they would have had to be sensational defensively to compensate for their lack of offense in that game.
Yeah, and you know what, Steve? I don't think they're built to play those kind of low-scoring, grinded-out games. They weren't that time, at least.
Gary Neal is 6'4" shooter. He played 3 seasons with the Spurs. And before that, a long time in Europe. Deep range on his shot. He's able to hit from a standstill or on the move.
And Neal, the combo guard size, but he's more of a shooter than a playmaker.
Yeah, and you know he does better defending shooting guards in most matchups as well, Kevin. But the offensive end, I think, is where he makes his mark, and that's what you focus on with Gary Neal. He's going to give you scoring.
Biyombo is checked in for the Hornets. Here's Neal. He's got 11. Kicks to Roberts. Shoots. That's short off the rim.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
Now here's James. They lead by 11. Pass to Dellavedova. 6 to shoot. Irving for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
Well, his shot's been off today, no question. He's not the guy they're going to want to look to if they want to keep this lead where it is.
There's the pick. Here's Roberts. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Roberts got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Right side, Irving. Looking to get it going. Shot is no good. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Roberts. Got a piece of it. In transition, here come the Cavaliers.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
Well, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
Yeah, but you don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up, though, either.
Here's Roberts. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. Marion's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
This has not at all been the kind of performance they've needed out of him.
Here's Roberts. He's got 6. Here's Neal. Just 3 on the clock. And the layup is good. Neal's got 13.
He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the...
This Wednesday, December 17th, Marc Gasol and the Memphis Grizzlies go up against Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. Be there.
And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
This was a showstopper, wasn't it? Just a difficult pass to make, and he makes it flawlessly to set up that alley-oop.
The Cavaliers leading by 9, and Charlotte looking at who they've got.
Oh, how about that basketball, man? Beautiful. Wow.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Well, you know what the questions are about now? It's their defense, that's for sure. Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse. He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
He dishes it to Williams. Henderson passes to Jefferson. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Here's Williams, and that one's good.
Nice pass. That one was right on target.
About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Here's Love. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Here's Neal. Williams, a screen on Irving. It's Williams with the drive. Neal dishes to Henderson. Clock at 6. Here's Stevenson, and that one's good.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
The Cavaliers leading by 9. Fires from the corner. Off the left rim and out.
You know, when the shot's not there for you, you've just got to recognize it and move the ball on.
Yeah, I think he had tunnel vision right there. His only thought was to shoot, no matter what else was going on.
Cavaliers have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the 4th. Irving kicks to Waiters. Right side, Irving. No one near James as he lets it go. It's good from long range. LeBron's got the lead up to 12 now for the Cavs. Hornets shooting straight 49% from the field. Charlotte calls timeout.
Anderson Varejao, a quality defensive center. Great rebounder, moves his feet well, anticipates, plays with a ton of energy, and he's one of those irritants. He gets under a lot of guys' skin.
Ryan Roberts is checked in for Gary Neal. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hey guys, I got a chance to hear what Steve Clifford was saying to his team. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me, show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?
Now here's Henderson. Shot clock at 5. Stevenson drives in. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Stevenson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And Varejao coming in to the league primarily as a defensive energy guy, but he's expanded his offensive skill set and has made great improvement as a passer. From his rookie season to now, he's more than doubled his rate of assists.
How about the passing here? Moving the ball without any thought, without any agenda.
It's hard to overstate all the points they've scored on assists today. Beautiful to watch.
Here's Roberts. Jefferson setting the pick for Stevenson. It's Henderson on the wing. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. And Varejao, a good decision maker, Steve, for a center. A 2-to-1 assist to turnover ratio last year.
And he had a terrific season as a 2-point jump shooter. You know, they're able to spread the defense out a little bit and operate from the high post.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's LeBron. Blocked. Here's Roberts. The dish to Stevenson. Roberts passes to Williams. In the corner, it's Stevenson. 6 to shoot. A beautiful reverse layup. Stevenson's got 6 in the quarter.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree. Fantastic pass. He turned that one into a pretty easy basket for his teammate.
Hornets trail by 11. There's 1:54 left in the fourth. 9 feet out. Jefferson's shot is off.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area they just can't afford to get lazy with.
You know, I think the effort's been there, Steve, but they're still getting outworked just by a skosh.
And the shot is good.
And that assist earned him a little nod from his teammate after the basket.
The Hornets have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the fourth so far. It's been a great start to this final quarter for them. Here's Roberts. He's covered by Irving. Stevenson dishes to Roberts. The pass to Williams. And Roberts kicks to Stevenson. That's good. Stevenson's got 10 points in just the second half.
8 of the last 10 points at that end of the court have been scored on very high percentage shots in the paint.
Yeah, and it's not necessarily strategic, Clark. It's just a matter of playing with more heart. Got to play hard, guys.
Irving. And Cleveland again with the bucket.
And these are the types of games where it's obvious one team clearly had the edge. Tonight, it's going to be a great win by a large margin for Cleveland.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching any lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And in terms of the season record, this is going to be their 18th win overall.
And tonight, they took the time they needed, made the plays they had to when they had to, and that's why they're going up 1-0 in their 3-game season series against the Hornets.
And if you had to pick one player who would maybe take over everyone else in terms of picking up his game, it was, I think, that kind of a night for Irving. He just looked like an orchestrator out there, keeping his teammates involved, running to the open spots. I mean, he would constantly find them more often than not.
Looking at who's out there now for the Cavaliers. Sean Marion, he's checked in for Love. James Jones comes in for James. Harris is checked in for Waiters. And it's Matthew Dellavedova in for Irving. Jones from outside. That's good.
Well, this is going to seal the deal. They really exploded here to the finish line.
You know, once they sniffed out that blood in the water, the killer instinct came right out.
Roberts passes to Neal. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Cleveland's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. It's Marion with the drive. And Varejao kicks to Dellavedova. Pass to Jones. From outside the arc. Off on that one. So we see the Cavaliers taking the win here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. LeBron, tell us a bit about the energy out there tonight. It seemed like there was plenty of intensity on the floor.
We knew that today was going to have that type of feel. It's 2 teams that have the same aspirations, and that's winning the NBA championship. So, great game. It went down to the wire, and it gave our beautiful fans a great show today, and it was fun.
Thank you so much. Back to you guys at the table.
Doris, thank you. And for Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, and the rest of our great 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us as Jordan presents our player of the game, Kyrie Irving.